Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited, Montana's ADSB privacy bill signed into law. Newark falls victim to more equipment outages. Hartzell buys EMAG and adds electronic aircraft ignitions. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Helen Blee. Let's get into today's stories. Montana's ADSB privacy bill signed into law. A bill to limit frivolous use of ADSB tracking data was signed into law by Montana Governor Greg Gianforte. This legislation battles the recent trend of U.S. airports using ADSB information to impose landing fees on GA planes. Specifically, House Bill 571 states that, quote, no entity, whether a division of government or a private company or corporation, may use information broadcast or collected by automatic dependent surveillance broadcast systems, whether that data originates from ADSB in or ADSB out, as a means for calculating, generating, and collecting fees from aircraft owners or operators who operate aircraft within the geographic boundaries of the state, end quote. ADSB was introduced as a means to improve safety in the national airspace, giving air traffic controllers and pilots a way to visualize traffic in real time. This technology was a game changer for GA and eventually became mandatory equipment in most controlled airspace under a 2020 regulation. When this was implemented, the FAA soothed the public's initial privacy concerns by promising that, quote, ADSB would only be used to improve air traffic safety and airspace efficiencies, end quote. Now, however, ADSB data is being used as a foundation for airports and third parties to file lawsuits and collect landing fees. This is seen by many as not only an invasion of privacy, but also a twisted method to take advantage of technology that was originally intended to be a safety aid. After the break, Trump admin to keep National Space Council.
Looking for a new generation of proven and efficient aviation power plants that boast modern engineering, electronic ignition, and both direct and gear drive systems? With 100 horsepower to 240 horsepower, the Skyline and Redline engines offer uncommon value in an overpriced industry. Whether you are looking for fixed wing or rotor, MWFly Americas has been established to service the American market with dedication and expertise. MWFlyAmericas.com. The legendary BD4C program is building an exciting future for those who want a rugged four-seat family flyer with a proven history. The SureWings program produces a complete kit and builder assist program that gives you everything you need to be flying a BD4CS in record time. For conventional kit builders, BD Aviation has parts, partial kits, and full kits for the 190-mile-per-hour BD4C that has logged thousands of hours. Visit SureWings.com and BDAviation.com for more details.
Trump admin to keep National Space Council. The Trump administration is reported to continue the functions of the National Space Council, which, if confirmed, could serve to advocate for space activities even though a cut to NASA's budget was announced. It's expected that, despite initial indications by the administration that it would be axed, the formal announcement to stand up the council will be made. Unnamed sources familiar with discussions about the council said that at a meeting on May 5th, President Trump agreed to reactivate the council. IAG Order 76 Boeing and Airbus airliners. International Airlines Group, a joint holding company between British and Spanish air carriers, announced it has ordered up to 76 new Boeing and Airbus aircraft to enable anticipated growth as well as updating long-haul fleets to modern, fuel-efficient aircraft over the 2028 to 2033 period. The group said in a statement the new aircraft, quote, will enable IAG's airlines to grow and replace their long-haul fleets with modern, fuel-efficient planes, end quote. The order includes 53 long-haul planes, 32 Boeing 787-10s for British Airways, and 21 Airbus A330-900 NEOs for Aer Lingus, Iberia, or Level. 2 Joby aircraft fly in first simultaneous test. Joby Aviation announced the successful completion of a flight of 2 aircraft simultaneously for the first time. This represents a significant step in the company's flight test program. 2 weeks previously, Joby announced 2 successful flights demonstrating the full transition from vertical to cruise flight and back again, with a pilot aboard. Joby has partnered with Uber and Delta Airlines to bring air taxi service to the U.S. and is expecting to launch service in the Los Angeles and New York City markets. UN blames Russia for the 298 fatality crash of MH17. On May 12th, more than a decade after the accident occurred, the UN's Aviation Council ruled that Russia was responsible for the deaths of all 298 passengers and crew on Malaysian Airlines Flight 17. The International Civil Aviation Organization will decide how the nation can right its wrongs. Dutch Foreign Minister Casper Veldkamp said, quote, "The decision is an important step towards establishing the truth and achieving justice and accountability for all victims of Flight MH17 and their families and loved ones," end quote. That's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Newark falls victim to more equipment outages. After a telecommunications issue with Philadelphia TRACON brought yet another string of delays, U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy shared plans to cut back flights into Newark Liberty International Airport. The ground stop lasted for around 45 minutes. Flights at Newark Liberty International Airport will be reduced, quote, for the next several weeks, as federal officials work to address radar outages, a strained air traffic control system, and a growing pile of flight delays and cancellations. Duffy said he would meet with all airlines operating out of Newark this week to agree on a capacity reduction plan. He noted that the cuts will vary by time of day, with larger reductions in the afternoon when the airport typically experiences a surge in international arrivals. The goal seems easier than it is to, quote, have a number of flights that if you book your flight, you know it's going to fly, end quote. The decision follows a series of equipment failures tied to the FAA's Philadelphia-based TRACON facility, which manages airspace for Newark. On May 9th at 3:55 a.m., the radar at the facility went dark for 90 seconds. This brought back memories of an eerily similar issue to one on April 28th that led to the cancellation of more than 1,000 flights and even sent 5 air traffic controllers into trauma leave. After these messages, Hartzell buys EMAG and adds electronic aircraft ignitions. Welcome back. Hartzell buys EMAG and adds electronic aircraft ignitions. Hartzell Engine Tech acquired EMAG, maker of aircraft electronic ignition systems that are lightweight, reliable, and provide longer engine lifespans, improving starting and smooth idle. Hartzell Engine Tech intends to obtain certification for the general aviation market for the EMAG products to enable offering them as easily installed replacements that do not require external backup power or power conditioners for continued operation. Lycoming, Continental Titan, and Superior Air Parts also offer EMAG factory options. Keith Bagley, president of Hartzell Engine Tech, said, quote, "While our traditional mechanical magnetos will be around for a long time, Hartzell Engine Tech acquired EMAG to expand its power-up ignition system product portfolio into both the non-certified and certified markets. The self-powering plug-and-play characteristic of the EMAG design will soon be available for straightforward dual installations in the certified market as PMA products compatible with conventional aviation harnesses and spark plugs," end quote. Dement and Carlson will assist Hartzell Engine Tech during the transition period. The EMAG manufacturing and support activities will eventually be moved from Azle, Texas to Hartzell Engine Tech's base facility in Montgomery, Alabama. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.